Hi guys, my question is from part 1 and it's question 5. It's all about homologous structures. Homologous structures can be kind of confusing sometimes. So I'm going to show it visually so that you guys can get a better understanding and just because it's easier. So homologous structures, what in the world are they? The term is thrown around a lot when talking about evolution. So an easy way to know what a homologous structure is to break up the word homologous structures. So homo means same, and logous means proportion or form. So something that's got the same form, and it's a structure, but we have to remember that although it's the same form, it can be used for different things. And just because two things are similar in what they're used for, their application, it doesn't mean they're homologous. We have to look at the actual structures. So let's do a little quiz. I'm going to show you some pictures for a moment, and I want you to look at them and identify the ones that you think are homologous with each other, and then we'll talk about it. Here we are. Okay, so out of the 4 images, only 2 of them are homologous with each other. Let's go through each picture one by one. So we're going to start here with this damselfly. And we see there's something in common with all these pictures. Almost all of them. The damselfly, the batwing, and the plane all have to do with flying. And then there's this weird one of this human arm. Sorry about that. We might originally want to just group those 3 together and say they're homologous. It's about structure, about the form that it's in. If you look at this insect's wings, this damselfly's wings, they don't really look like this wing. Sure, they're flat, can be spread out, but this one is made with bones and skin stretched in between, and this is made out of completely different material. It's made out of chitin, which is a structural protein. Whereas with the bat wing, you have identifiable bones and then skin stretched over to if you look at that and compare the human arm, you can start to see similarities. For example, this bone here looks just like this one. And it's connected to another longer bone, like this one. And then there are some little bones, like right up here, and some fingers. In the case of the bats, they're just really long compared to the rest. But they're made out of the same bones. So we can say that these are homologous. Now the airplane doesn't really apply very much in biology since it couldn't have evolved. But I wanted to demonstrate that something that can fly doesn't mean it's homologous. As you can see, it's made out of a flat piece of metal. There's no way it's similar to the bone structures, and it's made out of a different material than the damselfly wing, so it doesn't fit in. Now, in the modern days, we often, we do what I would think would be an English teacher's worst nightmare. We use the definition. We use the word to define the definition. You know, you're supposed to not use the word in your definition when you create a definition, but often that's how it is explained. So if the definition were B plus A, we would say that the term A plus B equals B plus A. They mean the same thing, so you really don't gain any understanding of what the term means. Another example could be in a conversation. This might happen between a kid and an adult, where the kid asks, why are things made the way they are? And then the adult says, because that's the way they were made to be. He just restated the question in a statement form. He didn't actually answer it. So the way that we do this in modern days is we say, okay, So there was a common ancestor, and the modern descendant, the homologous traits is from a common ancestor, and that leads to a modern descendant. There's no point where you can stop and go and check back because it all depends on the term and the definition at the same time. Much like a maze that never really gets you anywhere. You keep going around trying to define it, but you never get out. Except that this maze, luckily, actually has an exit. So hopefully that's helpful. That's what a homologous structure is, and thank you for watching. Sorry.